Immagini da ascoltare. Un progetto audio e video dello Spazio Culturale Orologio. Entra con noi in un mondo di fantasia, immaginazione, gioco e interattività.
Hello, and welcome to another storytelling in English. Today, I will tell you the story of Hansel and Gretel, as illustrated by Francesca Cosanti. As always, don't you worry if you find English difficult, for you will see images that will help you follow the story. At the border of the wood lived a lumberjack with his wife and two kids, Hansel and Gretel. The family was so poor that one night his wife told him to abandon Hansel and Gretel in the wood the day after. Hansel heard what they said, so he went outside. The moonlight made some white stones gleam. Hansel collected some of the white stones. When, the day after, their father abandoned them in the wood, Hansel told Gretel, "Let's wait until the moon rises." When the moon rose, Hansel and Gretel could see a trail of white stones gleaming in the night. They followed the stones, and they came back home in the morning. A few days later, Hansel and Gretel's parents decided to abandon them again. The kids heard them, and in the night they tried to go out to collect more stones, but this time the door was locked. In the morning, instead of eating his biscuits for breakfast, Hansel put them in his pocket. Later, Hansel and Gretel's parents took them in the woods. Hansel dropped biscuits crumbs as he walked. When the moon rose, Hansel and Gretel looked for the crumbs to find their way home, but the birds had been eating all the crumbs. Hansel and Gretel were desperate. They lit a fire to warm themselves with, and then they fell asleep. The next day, they found a house made of sweets. They were hungry, and they started eating it. A voice from inside shouted, "Who is eating my sweet house?" The door opened, and a kind old lady invited them in. When they went in, the old lady turned into a witch. She locked Hansel in a cage and made Gretel work for her in the house. The witch started feeding Hansel to fatten him because he wanted to eat him. The witch had a bad sight, so she touched Hansel's finger every day to check if he had got fatter. She had no idea Hansel presented her a chicken bone every night. "This kid is not getting any fatter," cried the witch. One day, the witch decided to eat Hansel anyway. She ordered Gretel to check if the oven was hot enough. "I'm too small, I can't reach," said Gretel. But when the old witch bent down to check, Gretel pushed her in the pot. The witch cried horribly and died. They were free. Gretel opened Hansel's cage. The kids found many coins and jewels hidden in the witch's house. Hansel and Gretel took the treasure and they went back home. Hansel and Gretel found their way back. Now the family was rich and they all lived happily ever after. That's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. I leave you with a few questions you can use to discuss the story. Try answering the questions in English if you can. Question 1. Why did Hansel and Gretel's mom lock the doorhouse? Question 2. Why does Hansel present the witch a chicken bone instead of his finger? Question 3. Do you think Hansel and Gretel's parents will try to abandon them again? Thank you for listening and see you in the next storytelling. Goodbye.
Questo era Immagini da ascoltare, un progetto audio e video dello Spazio Culturale Orologio. Ti invitiamo a immaginare ancora con noi nella prossima puntata.